Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be covering days 5 and 6 of the free-to-play journey that I've been chronicling, and we have got a lot to talk about in this one, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, here is the sheet that has been chronicling the process and showing the progression of the account. I do link to that down in a pinned comment if you want to pull that up and take a look. I will be showing the entire journey. And then this is the first time that I went ahead and skipped a day on a video because as we move along here and get past that first initial crazy few days, we may start crunching 2 or 3 days into one video. I want to wait until I have enough to talk about, or maybe something big happens like this one about the journey in terms of what is actually going on. So let's go ahead and dive right into it here. As of day 5, I was really grinding for the War Maiden. I just could not get her to drop. Had really bad RNG in terms of getting War Maiden to drop. In War Maiden's stage, if I pull up the campaign here, and we go over to stage 9, the Deadlands. This is where you farm War Maiden. This is War Maiden right here. Now, you can also get a different rare champion right here, Berserker, who's not bad, but he's not War Maiden. So, and I got 3 Berserkers to drop before I got War Maiden. Berserker, 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 and then the 4th one was War Maiden. So, I actually got War Maiden off camera. I was watching the Super Bowl, sitting here with my iPad, just hitting replay over and over, and I was like, oh, I finally got her, and she was the 4th rare that I got to drop, and it took, gosh, about 1,700 energy. It took a lot, so pretty bad RNG on getting the War Maiden, but I finally did get her during the Super Bowl, just sitting there kind of grinding stage 3 here on Brutal over and over, which I finally decided to go from hard to Brutal. We'll touch on that a little bit, but I ended up getting something to happen RNG-wise that more than made up for the bad RNG I had in terms of grinding for War Maiden. So maybe if you remember, if you watched the whole series, but anyway, the last video I did, I was talking about how I was waiting for the 10X to be over. There was 10X champions featured down here in the summoning portal. There wasn't really a legendary or epic that I was super excited about, so I was like, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to wait until the 10X is over and see if it can pay off, if I can avoid these 10X champions and get something else to drop. And wow, did that decision ever pay off. Free to play time, here we go. And we're ready. It's gonna be big. We're due. We're so past due. Yep. Oh my God. Are you serious? What? 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 What is going on right now? What? What? Oh my God. That is awesome. So yeah, there you have it. Obviously, summoning Valkyrie is huge. I am super pumped. I said from the start of this challenge, no matter what, good luck, bad luck, I'm gonna manage this account to the best of my ability, and then I'm going to give it to the community. We're going to do a fun giveaway. So this is an amazing thing. I was honestly kind of worried. I was like, what if the account is terrible and no one wants it? Well, now I don't have to worry about that. It's going to be hype when I give away this free-to-play account for someone to really hit the ground running. They'll have at least a Valkyrie at the worst. Even if I have bad luck from here for a couple months, they'll at least have a solid account with a good starting point to get them rolling. So obviously Valkyrie makes up for the bad first week that I was having. The RNG was going terrible, and then the Valkyrie more than made up for all of it. And the only rough part about the Valkyrie is being a legendary, I'm going to have to get this stand firm cooldown. It takes 6 books to get to this level 7 -1 cooldown. Super impactful to get on the Valkyrie. She's still good without it. That's not a complaint, but yeah, on a free-to-play account, that's going to be tough to get to, and it's going to come down to so much RNG. You got to avoid books on this A1. Hopefully you can get there in 8 or 9 books, but the max is 11. If you get the A1 to max out first, you're gonna have to spend 11 legendary books just to get that one ability cooldown that you really need on the Valkyrie to get that 3-turn rotation of the counterattack, which would be super impactful on her, obviously. So I'm hoping I'm able to get that before I give the account away to book that counterattack cooldown for them, but it's gonna come down to RNG, so we'll see. And then just a couple things I want to touch on. I was grinding for War Maiden in the hard difficulty of the campaign, which ended up not working out for me. I just wasn't getting rare champions to drop. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what I can to push up to Brutal and see if I can get to stage 9 on Brutal and farm that instead of farming stage 9 on hard to see if it's any better. So what I did was I had to push my Kale's stats up, and it's going to be a good barometer because I can go ahead and pull up his stats here. This is going to be the kind of stats that you're going to want on your Kale if you're going to grind for War Maiden in the hard campaign, and you're going to want to do that while paired up with Lifesteal so he can sustain himself. So about 18,000 hit points, 1,600 attack, 890 defense, 150 speed, as much crit rate as you can get. If you can get over 85, 90, that's amazing. If you can get to 100, even better. Crit damage of 63 and 30 and 15 on the resistance and the accuracy. That's what I had to get his stats to in order to be able to grind for War Maiden up in Brutal instead of hard. And it ended up paying off because I was getting rare champions to drop more often. Remember, you get to the Berserker or the War Maiden, and the fourth one that I got to drop was War Maiden. You can see I went Berserker, 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 and then I got War Maiden there as the fourth. And then since then, I got another War Maiden to drop. So I got a book on her A2 here. I'm going to try to grind XP in the War Maiden's stage on Brutal. That way, every time I get a book to drop, that's like farming a rare book. That's epic if you can do that in the campaign, because then that's a rare book I don't have to spend on booking up my War Maiden. So I'm going to try to farm XP in War Maiden's stage until I at least get the Crumbling Blast A3 cooldown, because I don't want to spend rare books on her if I don't have to. That way, if I pull something like an Apothecary, Bellower, a Veer, I've got the books ready to slam and make them impactful as soon as possible. So while I'm grinding for the XP to level up food and hopefully get some of those War Maiden books, I'm going to also be working towards getting my Kale to be 6-star as soon as possible, because that's obviously going to be a massive progression for my account to get the Kale to be 6-star instead of 5-star, not only because his stats go up and all that, but then I can also go ahead and finally take the War Master Mastery, which is going to help out immensely in every single area of the game. And then just a couple things I want to touch on here as quick tips that I have learned on my kind of journey here the first week of the free-to-play account. Your first Great Hall upgrade, I mentioned this in another video, I think, but I want to make sure and touch on this because it does save you a couple days in mission progression by not messing it up. You want to make sure and take the attack upgrade for your starting champion first, typically, because it's going to coincide with a Great Hall mission that comes up. So you're going to want to make sure and pay attention to that. Take that to get credit for the Great Hall upgrade mission, because I ended up costing myself about a day and a half or so of getting this line moving again, because I had to wait and sit there and farm up medals in bronze when you get them one at a time to be able to go ahead and finally get past that mission. And then also back here under challenges and artifacts, you'll see here that there are some of these in part number 7 that are win a 4-star or higher artifact from clearing campaigns on hard or higher. I would wait to do those until Brutal, because in Brutal you can get 3, 4, and 5-star drops. So 4-star is right in the middle. You don't have to get the absolute highest roll of the RNG to get that to work. If you're doing this on hard, it's a lot tougher because it only drops 2, 3, or 4 stars. So you have to get the highest level of RNG and then have it roll the right thing. So I would definitely wait to grind these until you're doing Brutal campaign. And then also, if I back out and show you the champion training tournament that I'm in right now, you'll see that I am easily in first place, up at over 2,600 points. And one quick tip I want to give you is don't be afraid to level up your 1-stars. A lot of people think 1-stars are trash, they just sacrifice them for XP and focus on leveling up 2-stars. But if you look under the info, 1-star champions are worth just as much as 2-star champions in the points. You can see here it goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. So go ahead and level up those 1-stars. Going from 1 to 10 is super fast. It's a way to get cheap, easy points for champion training tournaments, and it might be enough to put you over top of the competition and help you win the super impactful first place prize. As you can see here, I'm going to get a full set of 6-star Relentless and some stuff for the Forge and a rare book. And I haven't mentioned it in a video yet, but on day 5, I did finally get access to the Forge, and I was really pumping everything in to Perception. Perception's one of the best sets you can get, so I was crafting as much 6-star and 5-star as I kind of could here, and I'll show you how that went. Not super amazing, but I got a couple usable ones down here in the Perception. Nothing like GG account changing or anything, but this will help when it comes to putting together champions that need to get accuracy. As I progress in dungeons, I'm going to have to start getting higher amounts of accuracy on characters like Kale and War Maiden that are placing poisons and decreased defense debuffs like that are super crucial. But yeah, that's going to mostly cover what I wanted to talk about in this video. I'll go ahead and pop up that sheet real quick, just in case you want to look at this in conclusion here. But yeah, super pumped. The first week was going rough, and then today more than made up for it. It was a lot of fun to get Valkyrie live on stream, and I can't wait to be able to manage this account and hopefully do a good enough job to give somebody a fun account to play on who is maybe new to the raid community or something. So yeah, it's going to do it for this one. I'm having a blast so far, and looking forward to the next couple weeks ahead and seeing what I can do here now that we've got a couple new toys to play with. So that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.